been a big update.
Oh!
These are gonna blow your mind, people.
What this one? Uncreak that one a little bit.
Don't break our bulkheads down.
Oh my god, I can't believe we've done this.
Welcome to our messy workshop. Who thought getting a planer would make 10 feet of wood?
Thumbs up for Uncle Matty.
The old trash can table, I see.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We've spent the last 4 years sailing our $5,000 Craigslist boat to some of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean. From spearfishing in South Andros, Bahamas, staying in a treehouse and riding horses through the rainforest of the Dominican Republic, to even dodging hurricanes in Puerto Rico. We could have never imagined what this adventure would become. After gaining more sailing experience, we knew we had to make some serious upgrades to our boat if we wanted to keep this journey going. So we decided to go all in with our 40-year-old boat and get a new engine. We soon realized that we were in for more projects than we originally planned on. There's gonna be some major changes coming up, so hit subscribe and join us for the journey. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. We are here for another exciting episode, and what are you got going on today, Matt?
We got a lot going on. We got beautification happening. As you can start to look around, you're starting to see, golly, that boat sure is looking pretty. And you know what? I'm probably looking pretty too because we got our lens fixed. Last week we broke our camera and it was a big boy heartbreak when that sort of thing happens when you're a vlogger? No, that's not a W. A vlogger. Vlogger? When you're a vlogger, it's a big deal to lose your lens. So we're back pretty. We're back in action, back in business. Sorry if you had to sit through last week's 4K or 3K. 2K. We were barely 1080p. But either way, we're beautifying the boat today and we're taking it to the ultimate extenses. Everything's going to be smooth and flat. We got to make it look real good.
And I bought something off Amazon, guys, because I wasn't taking basic for an answer. So I went on Amazon and I purchased something and it arrived. So we're going to blow your mind today. But first things first, you got to go get the supplies.
Yeah, before I can even get started, I got to get started. That's the one thing I'm doing. Kristen's pretty tall. She is on Amazon and she goes on Amazon and buys everything. But either way, enough with the jokes, Matt. Before I can go, I got to risk life and limb in the pursuit of materials to do this perfectly. So I got to go out there. You're going to get to see the Wawa in action and you're going to see something you normally don't get to see. Alright, so as you can see, it's me, it's Matty Boy. I gotta run and I gotta get these materials, and they're not light materials. I'm not going out getting a basket of cupcakes. I'm going out getting a hardcore, industrial strength building materials for this boat. So I gotta turn my trusty steed, my nice sleek scooter here, into my truck, into my Wawa. So here we go. Alright, now that my trusty steed is fired up, ready to go, ready to hit the old dusty trail. Only got a little bit of blood on my knuckles, so that ain't too bad. Alright, so that was a rough ride. Really wasn't too bad though. Had to turn my hat backwards so my hat don't blow off while I'm ripping it on that scooter. But I'm here, and my dog's Madeira Thrace, and I'm gonna go get all of my accoutrements. All right, boys and girls, so now that I've been fighting for 30 minutes to try to get the exact color maple to try to match up, here comes the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and load her up here and hopefully we can keep her safe. All right, boys, so I've loaded the scooter up. Pretty heavy load today because I didn't want to make 2 trips, so I'm not gonna say I got a bad feeling about this, but you know, Larry Laminato, Neptune's Reaper, Uncle Matty, we don't get scared, you know. I think if we take her slow, we're gonna be all right. I hope them little arms hold up. A little worried about that.
my star, and she's my gasoline.
Alright, so I don't know if y'all got any of that, but I just had a hell of a time riding down the mountains in the rain. Pretty good time, pretty fun time. Definitely never a lack of adventure on Matt Kane.
Uh-oh, don't act like you don't know. Frontin' 'cause you want it, I got it. Can't stop till we got it on lock. Girl, you know I want it, you got it. Let's be renegades, reckless, running through our veins.
Dang y'all, so the ride got even rougher. My thingy here broke, and then my whole axle was dragging, and I scraped up some of my nice brand new PVC. But these are 8-foot panels. I don't have anything 8-foot going in here, so I can easily lose that 2 inches and not have a problem. The doors are going to be you know, around 6.5 feet, something like that. So all in all, I'll say this was a great haul, and you know, thank you Jesus for letting me get home safe.
Alright guys, we're back in the boat and we totally forgot to show you guys something. As you can see, there's been a big update project that we didn't film. Here it is! Matt laminated, Larry Laminato did all of the lamination of one of our cabinets on the side of the salon. So now you can see, and for everybody wondering on this back wall, I wasn't just lazy and I didn't tape it and now I painted on it. That was an old color. Back in the day, we were going through multiple different shade variants of this laminate, and that was an old one. So that's why I just painted over it, because we're not using it anyways. So what do you guys think? It's pretty square. We're still thinking about doing the handles, but we don't know. But overall, we're really happy with it. It's very easy, wipeable, cleanable, and Matt did a really great design. It goes flush all the way to the top of the boat. He did it all by himself.
Larry Laminato really outdid himself. It's kind of quite a bit of squares, but I wanted the clean, sleek look. It's going to be easy to wipe off. It's going to not really catch any cat hair or something like that. So I'm hyped about it. I'm like over the moon with how that came out. Big project. It takes like 2 days, 2 entire days to get this done, laminated, but all in all, it's worth it.
So now we're jumping into our other project, and let me show you guys what I got from Amazon. So here we are at the entrance to our head, our bathroom, whatever you want to call it, and we need to put a door on there. We need some privacy. We can't just let our butt naked selves okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get to the point, right, Kristen? We need to make a door, and we bought these hinges. These are just basic hinges, and we started doing a mock-up on the door, and everything that we made, I just hated it. It was just horrible and ugly, and I just didn't want this old stupid hinge to show in the trim. So I went online, I did a little research, and I found these, and these are called hidden hinges. These are gonna blow your mind, people, because this is gonna be the answer to having a seamless door into your trim with no gap and no like obvious hinge showing to bring down the ambiance. So I'm really happy about these. I hope they work. Matt's kind of played with them, so he thinks he knows how to make it work, and now we just need to get into making the trim and making the door.
Yeah, because let's be honest, if you're not going to make it perfect, don't make it.
Don't waste my time with something that ain't absolutely perfect in every way. Just like my baby doll.
So these could be helpful for a lot of things on other people's boats. Cabinets are a great idea. Companionway doors. So I might be doing that too. So stay tuned.
Alright, so as y'all know, I've been doing my trim with the maple before I can get them hinges. Anything to do with that, I gotta trim it out first and get the maple where it's gonna be mounted to done. So I got my piece here. This should be enough to do most of the trim on the boat. As you can see though, it's rough cut. That's the only maple they got that's rough, so I have to smooth it out. It's been taking me a long time to sand it, but I got a new tool that I think is gonna help me out a lot with that. I got my planer here. I went with the Ryobi. I know a lot of y'all talk trash on Ryobis and say that's cheap, but I'm not gonna be planing very much in my life. This is the only time I'm gonna have to use it, and I think it's like a 3-inch place. I'm definitely not going to be doing any trim that's 3 inches wide or more, so I'll be able to run one smooth planer down there, and it's going to make things a lot easier for me, and I believe it's going to save me hours over the course of all this that I have to do.
Trash can table, I see.
Don't knock it till you try it. Alright, so now I got my board plane down, my chalk line on there. I'm going to run my scale saw down to get the perfect groove, and I'm just going to cut a little U out of there to make sure that it fits around that corner. On the first door, we're just going to do a corner 90 and then mount the hardware into there, and it should be a nice, smooth, beautiful, strong transition. Alright, so my little saw, it's a great little tool, but cutting long runs into this hardwood and kerfing it out, it just doesn't really, it's not up to the task. So I went to my dog Cheech, and I don't know what it means. I don't speak a lot of Spanish, but every time this dude talked to me, he'd be saying cabrón. Every time. I don't know what it means. It must mean like good looking guy or something. So my Puerto Ricans help me out. Does it mean like good looking smart gringo or something? I don't know what it means, but every time I talk to him, he say, oh, cabrón. So I got a different saw. He gave me the big dog. I guess that this saw might be the cabrón and this is like the regular saw. So let me know in the comments and if anything's popping with that. But now that I got this, I think we're going to get it done a lot quicker.
You're not funny, by the way.
Alright, so now we're about to kick this thing in the turbo drive for y'all. Gets a little boring watching someone just lean on a saw. So I'm going to clean up this little bit with my router, just right there in that corner so everything fits perfectly snugly. And then I'm going to cut the outer edge. So we're going to get to ripping it, and then we're going to be fitting her in there to see just how beautiful she looks. Because I know she's going to look real good, but I'm always surprised at how much it really looks better than I anticipated. Alright, so I was ripping with that Big Daddy saw. Got a couple of burn marks in there, pretty standard. I'm just going to rip my sander out now, get all those gone, and then I'm going to keep the project rolling.
Alright guys, so now that we got our trim nicely sanded, there's one more thing to do. Well, there's not one more thing. There's a lot more things to do, but we are going to now sand or route the sharp 90 degrees, and we're going to keep it square, but you know, trim that down so we don't cut ourselves as we walk down the hallway, you know what I'm saying? the next day. Welcome to our messy workshop. Who thought getting a planer would make 10 feet of wood? I know it has that little bag, by the way, before everyone yells at me, but that little bag, to use it, you'd have to empty it like every 5 seconds.
Fills up in about 2 seconds, so you better, unless you have a vacuum to pull it away into a bigger storage, that bag's not going to do a whole lot for you. Sorry, Ryobi.
Anyways, Matt worked diligently all night, really all night till the dark, and he made the other trim. So this is on now. It's a little bit of an L shape so that our door can precisely fall into that position. It replicates our other piece where it's square round, and it came out really good. I'm really impressed by your hand skills.
Yeah, she's undershooting the engineering. It's not an L shape, it's a question mark. So basically I took a 1x of hardwood and made a question mark, and it's going to hold
I'm sorry, I didn't talk of your majesty.
It's going to work really well. It's going to give the bathroom a little more privacy. There's not going to be any seams. Back in the day, it used to be like a old stadium.
Yeah, nobody wants to look at, make eye contact while you're on the toilet.
Some people are into that, but we're not those people. But, you know, if that's your thing, we're not knocking you, you know.
So now we're on to the next level, which is getting really exciting. And that is, Matt, what?
The door.
Yes, we have to perfectly cut out the door now. We are making it out of PVC. We are PVC masters, and we're going to hope it's good enough to be a door. But since I got those hinges, the hidden hinges, they come in a lot of weird sizes. And since we have a door that's, what's the width?
It's like 3/4, just under 3/4, whatever the millimeters is of 3/4.
So we had to get the smaller hinges to fit because it digs into the door. So we had to get smaller hinges, so we're going to have to do more than like a normal door, like 3. We're going to have to probably step it up to 4 of those mini hinges, and we're hoping it works. So let's get right into this.
Let's go.
Nice work. Even when the boat was moving, you still did a hand precision route. Some kind of weight came in the marina.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but, you know, we made it work. Alright, so basically to get these invisible hinges, or what do they call them? They're called
Hidden hinges.
Hidden hinges in there. You got to route out one deep hole for your big belly button there that stinks out, and then you got to do a shallower hole so that this little lip for your screw mounts can fit in there. And then if you do it properly and you take your time and you hold your mouth right, you can get a perfect fit.
All the hinges are now set into the trim.
They're in there. It's official. Now I gotta pre-drill my driller holes, and then I'm gonna have to put it on the wall, mark out where I'm going to have to drill out the wall, because obviously it insets in there about a 1/2 inch. So, you know, a little bit more work to do. It's gonna get crazy. I can't wait to see Kristen's face when she sees me laminating into that wall.
Routering in the wall?
Yeah, routering into the wall. You're going to go, oh my God, I can't believe we've done this. Why would we do it?
What are you talking about? It's going to be great.
All right, so these came a little bit further to the side. We're going to have just enough room for a screw. The screw is going to end up being right here, so it's going to be right on that edge, which is not ideal, but I'm going to have 8 of them in this piece. And this little trim piece here is a piece of hardwood, mahogany, whatever it is that we went over here with the Formica. So that's going to be really strong. I think it's going to be fine. If anything, I might have to come back and get a coarser thread screw, but we're going to make it work. So everything's coming out really solid and good here. I'm hyped about it. This is like precision work. I'm trying to be as precise with these as I can because I think these hidden hinges don't give you a ton of wiggle room. So I'm trying to make that as good as I possibly can. But good Lord, listen, I mean, listen to that. You don't hear no creaks. You know.
It looks nice. I'm impressed.
By this one. Uncreak that one a little bit.
Don't break our bulkheads down.
Oh Lord.
Let's focus on the door. All right, next step.
Call it 21 inch right cord.
Alright, so we're trying to get our door to fit perfectly, but clearly you can see the top of our ceiling is curved, so we're going to have the door top be trimmed more down, and there's going to be a space there. So either we can make some wood trim go across at the top so it doesn't show, or have just an opening, which is good for ventilation, but we're figuring out now how low. Do a reenactment, Matt, how the door hits the roof.
So we'll go like that and then bam.
Yeah, so we'd only be able to open it that high if we had it there.
I'm gonna have to get back to fighting weight if I'm gonna slip through that crack right there, boy. Tell you that. Okay, we gotta take a little bit more. There it is.
Guys, guess what happened? We haven't eaten lunch, and I told Matt we need to eat so our brains can think straight, and he just cut the holes on the wrong side of the door for the hinges.
We skipped breakfast and lunch today because we were in a big hurry because my dad's coming tomorrow. Shout out Big Pops. And we're trying to get ahead. Obviously, that's going to cut into our workflow when Pops is here, so we're really pushing to get this done. And we didn't get it done. I don't know why, but it
And that
should be
takes
going
a long
smoothly.
time.
Yeah, I routed out all this. I made it perfect, and it's now I get to cut them off or fill it with Bondo or something for later on in life. But either way, it doesn't matter. Train keeps on rolling. I'm just going to have to router out this side now. So it's good because it gave Kristen a chance to go upstairs and get her sandwich on and bring us back some food. So we're going to have an early sandwich lunch. What is it, 4 p.m. here already?
It's like 5, Matt.
It's already 5, so this is going to be sandwiches for dinner. What a nightmare.
It's now time to put the door on and screw in the hinges to the door. The door is coming alive. They're all screwed in.
Yay, yay!
Does it work?
We got a door.
Or shut it. Let me see if it looks seamless.
I think it's pretty good.
Ooh, boy. Whoa, it can open all the way out?
Yeah.
Dang. Why would we want to open our door all the way out though?
Maybe you want to open it to like here, so you can lock me out of the house. Maybe you want to put it to like there and put a latch over to here and say, closed door.
Dang, nice job, babe.
But yeah, I'm hyped. But now that it's up, we're going to be able to set it in for our other piece of trim and mark it so that we can trim it out. So super excited. Really, really like that. It's a lighter door. It's PVC. It's not that old hardwood. It's going to hold really well because this is the really, really hard stuff, so it's not going to waller out the screws, and I'm just really excited about it. Thumbs up for Uncle Matty.
Alright guys, so we got that door done. It fits in like a glove. Our engineering, our design, the hidden hinges, everything's coming out good. Now we're just going to have to stain, obviously, the trim, and we're going to laminate the door, and then whatever we figure out for whatever lock and feature, we're going to have to figure that out. I haven't bought anything for that yet, but overall, it's like really good. I'm really impressed. I think it's one of the best boat doors I've ever seen in my GD life.
Whoa. Well, it's really flush. It definitely opens that space up, that little corridor that used to be there without all the pocket doors and that big giant door that was kind of like outwardly set. It looks really good. Really, really smooth. Still deciding whether we're going to trim in this top piece or leave that open for ventilation because we have a hatch in there. So that's a decision we have to make. We might put a piece of trim even across here to kind of tighten it up a little bit with the wood and the laminates, but I'm really excited. This thing came out really good. It took a long time. It was an arduous journey. It wasn't easy, you know. You had to jump on that scooter, get the wood. People were honking saying, "What's this crazy Vato doing out here?" And I'm like, "Hey, bruh."
I don't know if that's what they called you.
I don't know. They call me a lot of things around here, but I got a lot of nicknames in Puerto Rico. But yeah, I'm just excited. It's good to see a door go on because the first time I've used those hinges, first time I've had to make this type of trim, these couple of these pieces, so it gives me hope for the future. Obviously, we have to put a closet door on hers, have more trim that has to go out here, trim there, a door on the garage room. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm excited that now I know how to do it somewhat.
Big thing that I was a little bit worried about. I'm super happy with those hidden hinges.
Yeah, those things are dope, and they weren't that expensive. I think I'll just have to keep them greased once we get the... I didn't want to spray too much grease on my fresh maple, but I think once we get a polyurethane on there, a coating, we'll be able to spray. Yeah, we'll be able to spray some grease on there and keep those hinges greased, and they look really good. With my cabinets here, you know, we're about there. I think another good hard week of work, which I'm not going to get much done when my dad is here, maybe just a little bit something. But yeah, one more hard week of laminating, maybe two. Another hard week of getting the motor parts. You know, we're going to be done one day. We are going to be finished, and we get to sail again.
If you guys want to see what's happening in real time, make sure you check out our Patreon. We make little Patreon videos. I don't know why I call them little, like they're loser videos. They're not. We go through, we talk crap, and we show you what's going on in the current time.
Yeah, I mean, our Patreon pals, we might already be sailing, and they already know. They're seeing us drink daiquiris and curacao.
There's no way.
Just kidding.
There's
yeah,
no
absolutely not. We're never ahead. But
we're decently ahead.
We're not. We're like 5 days ahead. This happened. Whatever
2
we're talking.
weeks. For the last episode, you told them that your dad's coming, and guess what? This episode, you're telling him your dad's coming. That means in that amount of time, it's been 2 weeks of videos for them, and it's really only been a few days for us.
Oh, but I get to see my daddy. I'm gonna get to see my little daddy, my father. He's a wee one.
That's enough. Anyways, check out our Teespring. We got our shirts going. These are really nice. The tri-blend, they're soft. It's a little bit more of like a thicker more. So check that out if you want to support the channel. And we'll see you guys next week for more fun. Bye.